Hi, I'm Commissioner Basil Sagos. Every day, DC is on the front lines of protecting New York's air, water, land, and public health. There are nearly 3,000 dedicated DC employees who live and work in communities all across the state. Since I started, I've had the chance to meet with many of them, and I've been inspired by their dedication. So we're bringing you On the Front Lines, a series of stories from the men and women at DEC who can speak to you in their own words. I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. Thanks.
I'm Gary McCullouch. I'm the Regional Spill Engineer in Watertown for Region 6. We cover spills and bulk storage facilities in St. Lawrence, Jefferson, Lewis, Oneida, and Herkimer counties. I've been with DEC almost 29 years. I started in 1988 in central office. I was there for about a year and a half, and an opportunity came up in a regional office to go join the spill program, so I took that. You know, you never really know where life's going to take you. Even when I went to college, you know, I had no idea what I was going to end up doing. And I just feel blessed to have landed into a position where I've enjoyed it. You know, I've been good at it. When I'm not at work, I'm an avid cyclist. I ride a lot of road bike. I ride with a group of friends. We ride out early in mornings, often in the summertime. Unfortunately, here in the North Country, it's winter more than it's not. So throughout the winter, you know, we do a lot of indoor training. I'm actually an instructor for an indoor cycling class. My wife laughs at me because we work so hard in the basement of the YMCA, and it's just this dungeon where we're working out. And I try to explain that, you know, if you suffer throughout the winter in the basement, then you're in shape and you can really enjoy riding in the summertime. And there is not a more beautiful place to ride a bike than Northern New York. I like to cook. A few years ago, my wife went back. She had stayed home with our children, and then she decided to go back and become a teacher. And so now, a lot of times in the evening, I have more time than she does, so I come home and I cook. It's a great stress reliever, and it allows me some of my creative side to come out. So I used to sing in a barbershop quartet. I was a baritone. We used to sing in competitions, and Valentine's Day we would drive around and deliver flowers and sing to people. Okay, so this was a gas station and also a bulk delivery facility for delivering home heating oil back in the 70s, 80s, early 90s. There were large above-ground storage tanks in this area here. There was a loading rack where they would load the fuel onto transport trucks. And over time they had spillage, they contaminated the ground, there's fuel and gasoline in the soil leaching into the groundwater. And so we're here excavating out the contaminated soil, trying to clean it up so that we don't have any long-term groundwater impact. I grew up in the 70s, and I would go down to the river fishing, and you would see raw sewage coming into the river. And you know, DEC in the last 30 years has done phenomenal work to clean up our rivers, clean up our air, get rid of the old dumps. My personality, I think, fits with the job, and I've never really been able to separate, because I started in the spill program so young. I was in my early 20s. You know, I don't know whether it's my personality that drove me to the job, or being in this job kind of drove the personality that I have now as an adult. But it's really a good fit, and it's you know, I think people that aren't in state service maybe don't appreciate that service component of what we do, and that's really why we're here. It's to protect the people that can't protect themselves. It's to protect the environment that can't protect itself, and that's our duty.